Oceans cover more than 70% of Earth's surface. They are vital for life, producing much of the oxygen we breathe and regulating the planet's climate through complex current systems. Yet, despite their importance, much of the ocean remains as mysterious as outer space. Scientists have installed special underwater microphones, known as hydrophones, across the ocean floor to capture the vast range of sounds produced in the deep. Typically, they detect passing ships, marine animals like dolphins and whales, and seismic activity. Occasionally, however, these hydrophones pick up unexplained sounds that defy current understanding. One such sound, famously known as the bloop, was detected by all hydrophones across the Pacific Ocean, an area so vast that the sound's intensity puzzled researchers. Unlike typical noises from earthquakes or marine life that register on only a few devices, this sound was heard simultaneously across the entire network. Various theories have emerged, from unknown marine creatures larger than any known whale, to secret underwater weapons tests, and even speculative ideas about alien technology. The most accepted explanation is that the sound was caused by a massive iceberg breaking off from Antarctica and drifting through the ocean. Another mystery involves a whale call at an unusual frequency of 52 Hz. This frequency doesn't match any known whale species, but the sound pattern is consistent with a whale vocalization. Dubbed the world's loneliest whale, it may be a hybrid or a mutation, unable to communicate with others and thus living in isolation. Despite advances in marine technology, over 80% of the ocean remains unexplored. Deep-sea expeditions are dangerous, but unmanned submersibles and remotely operated vehicles have made exploration possible. One of the deepest parts of the ocean, the Mariana Trench, reaches nearly 11 kilometers down, deeper than Mount Everest is tall. Discovered in 1875 using a simple weighted rope, its deepest point wasn't accurately measured until much later. In 1960, explorers Jacques Piccard and Don Walsh descended to the trench's bottom in a specially designed submersible. They reached a depth of 10,911 meters and spent only 20 minutes there, surprisingly spotting life despite the extreme conditions. Pressure in the trench is over 1,000 times higher than at sea level, and the temperature ranges from 1 to 3 degrees Celsius. Since then, a few others, including filmmaker James Cameron in 2012, have made the journey. Even at these depths, pollution persists. Scientists found elevated levels of banned toxins like PCBs and microplastics inside deep-sea creatures. In 2019, researchers discovered plastic bags and candy wrappers at the trench's bottom, showing that human impact extends to the most remote parts of the ocean. One disturbing phenomenon occurs along the shores of British Columbia, Canada, where severed human feet, still inside shoes, have repeatedly washed ashore since the early 2000s. Investigations revealed that the feet belonged to people who drowned or went missing, not victims of foul play. As bodies decompose in the ocean, the ankles weaken and the buoyant sneakers eventually bring the detached feet to shore. Ocean currents and local wildlife contribute to this process, explaining the concentration of these findings in that specific region. Another remarkable oceanic structure is the so-called death brinacle, or ice stalactite. When sea ice forms, it expels salt, creating dense, supercooled brine. If this brine escapes through a crack in the ice, it sinks and rapidly freezes surrounding seawater, forming an icy tube as it descends to the seabed. These deadly icicles can trap slow-moving creatures like starfish and sea urchins, freezing them instantly. Among the strangest ocean dwellers are cephalopods, including octopuses, squid, and cuttlefish. Their intelligence is extraordinary. Octopuses have over half their neurons in their arms, which can function independently yet coordinate with the central brain. They can use tools, solve puzzles, and even open jars, remarkable feats for wild animals. Cephalopods also edit their RNA, allowing them to rapidly adapt at the molecular level. Their camouflage abilities are unmatched. They can change both color and texture using chromatophores in their skin. Their soft bodies allow them to squeeze through tight spaces, and some researchers have speculated, albeit without proof, that their biology is so unusual it could have extraterrestrial origins. One of the most astonishing ocean creatures is the immortal jellyfish, Turritopsis dohrnii. When injured or under stress, it reverts its cells to an earlier stage and begins life anew through a process called transdifferentiation. This jellyfish can repeat this cycle indefinitely, making it biologically immortal, though it can still die from injury or predation. It also protects and repairs its DNA more effectively than most organisms, potentially offering insights into human aging and longevity. The ocean can even become a source of renewable energy. A technology called ocean thermal energy conversion, OTEC, uses the temperature difference between warm surface water and cold deep water to generate electricity. Warm water heats a low boiling point liquid like ammonia, turning it into vapor that spins a turbine. The vapor is then condensed back into liquid by the colder water, creating a continuous cycle. Although still limited by location and efficiency, currently around 7%, demonstration plants in Japan and Hawaii have shown the concept is viable. One of the ocean's greatest environmental challenges is the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, a swirling mass of plastic waste larger than France. It's not a solid island of trash, but a vast soup of debris, with higher concentrations near the center. Much of the waste consists of microplastics and discarded fishing gear. This plastic harms marine life and serves as a transport medium for invasive species, disrupting ecosystems far from their origin. While organizations like the Ocean Cleanup have developed passive systems to collect plastic, the problem remains immense, especially due to continued waste entering the ocean from developing regions. Finally, despite modern advances, the ocean still hides countless secrets. Many species remain undiscovered. Some, like the coelacanth, once thought extinct for millions of years, were found alive in the 20th century. New deep-sea species are still being documented, and more surprises likely await in the depths, from unknown creatures to lost geological features. The ocean remains one of the most mysterious realms on Earth. Who knows what else is waiting to be discovered?